So in Marvel, does every professor have to be bald?
Alopecia strong in the education circuits.
Laser hair removal on the scalp.
Yes. But you get the Norrin Rad treatment.
Here we go again. Welcome back to the beer drinking, comic book reading podcast that everyone loves so much. That's right. This is Comic Books and Cold Ones. And we are going to hit you today with our 50th episode extravaganza. I am joined as always, by my awesome co-host. Has a great nickname for today's show. We're going to go with Dick Yexon. How are you doing there, sir?
Dick Yexon.
Yeah. We're talking about some classic Batman and Robin today.
Well, you didn't go with my name that I put on the screen, which is Get Rich and Die Trying, in honor of our episode. Because what episode is this, K-Mac?
Episode 50, baby.
That's right. And just like 50 Cent, we're blowing up on this joint in the club.
Yeah, it's our birthday.
That's right, Shorty.
Not on the show. Don't come out on the show.
How are you doing, my friend for comic books and imbibing for life and no other purposes?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I am looking forward to having some beers tonight. It's been a little bit since we've done this. We've been alternating being under the weather, but now we're healthy. Not that being under the weather is not a reason to drink beer. It's just hard to talk.
Yes. And so, as we just stated, this is our big 50th episode, our golden anniversary, if you will. And so today we will be covering big 50 issues in comic books while drinking some big 50 anniversary beers for ourselves. And before we get that started, if you like what you're hearing and want to hear more of it, or give us some ideas or anything like that, you can send us an email at cbcopodcast@gmail.com. Tweet us at cbco_podcast, or like all our pictures and our golden anniversary things on comic books _cold ones.
Yes, it's not like you haven't done that 50 times. Good job.
Yes.
Not as easy as it sounds, folks.
But I was able to pull it off once again. And before we get to our comics, I believe, and our beers, we have a shout out today.
We do have a shout out today, just like every day. This time it is to Southend on the Sea, which is also known just as Southend in Essex, England. And I think you haven't been there, have you?
I have not. I looked it up. I thought it's on the sea southeast of London. And I thought it's where I took the hydrofoil in from Amsterdam, but that's in Harwich. But this is a seaside, I think, beach town for the Londoners when they get out of town and enjoy the one day of sun that England gets.
Yeah, at the Victorian Pleasure Pier. It's the longest in the world. I don't know what that means, but...
Well, you don't know about long piers?
No.
I'm surprised. Most of us study long piers our whole lives, or have long piers somewhere near us, and are very proud of our long piers. But I guess you don't have long piers near you.
No, I don't.
So do you think we could ever do a remote from Southend on the Sea, or do you think it's just too crowded, in fact?
Once we bring all our fans in, I don't know if they could handle us. I don't think the pier is long enough.
It's not enough room. We could do a live record from the longest pier in England. Longest pleasure pier. That's a lot of pleasure pier to enjoy.
It is.
And it's very big, but it's also Victorian, so it's very, very covered in clothing with triple underskirt linings and very modesty.
Very proper. We got to wear top hats.
Yes, and canes, and all the good stuff with adventuring that went on in Victorian England.
Yes, it'd be a right good time.
So, to get this started, we will be covering at least four big comics that we liked that are number 50s in comic books, and we chose them because we were interested in number 50s We found number
just
50s
by chance. We're like
that we
50. We like that number.
Either read or were interested in reading. And since this is our golden anniversary of number 50, we're reading at least 2 golden age comics on the show tonight. And K-Mac, when was the golden age of comic books?
Well, yeah, because you don't know the answer to this, I'll have to tell you that everything published before 1966 was the golden age of comic books.
Incorrect.
What? That's right. That has to be right.
Everything before 1956 and before. 1938 to 1956. So the dawn of the golden age started with what? What was the first comic book?
Detective Comics.
No.
Action Comics.
Action Comics number 1, which was the creation of who?
Of Superman.
Lois Lane. You were wrong.
All right. This isn't the Gauntlet. We only do the Gauntlet on episodes where we watch a live stream.
This is true. I wasn't doing the Gauntlet on you, but so that's the
Action Comics 1 is Lois Lane
and Superman.
And Superman. All right. I was going to say.
I'm just punching you in the dick, man.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And what came after the Golden Age, of course?
Silver Age.
Mm-hmm. And what was the kickoff of the Silver Age of comics? Do you know that one?
Fantastic Four.
No.
Justice League.
No.
Flash.
That is partially correct. It was Showcase number 4, starring the first ever Barry Allen Flash.
I knew it. See?
The more you know now. The more you know.
The more you know.
And knowing is what?
Knowing is half the battle.
That's
and
it.
I've lost half the battle.
you were to make up for that and your injuries. We'll drink some beers now to get this started. So, what are you having today?
No, I want to hear what you're having first, because you said you knew what beer you were picking for this show.
Okay.
Well in advance, and I have no idea what
I had 2 options, and one wasn't locally available. I used to be able to get in Chicago at one hole in the wall liquor store called Danny's Bilo, and they had it in the corner, and that's a beer from upstate New York called the Golden Anniversary.
Oh,
and so that was
would have been appropriate.
That was a considerate one, but it's a cheap, pale lager from upstate New York called the Golden Anniversary. The other one, which is the one I immediately thought of course, since it's our 50th episode, is one of my favorite barrel-aged stouts that is produced every year from a little company out in Colorado called Oscar Blues, and this is 1050. 1050.
Nice.
Which is, of course, in honor of 50. And so I am pumped always to drink it. I usually get it at least once a year. So originally it was called 1050. Why was it called 1050? K-Mac, do you know?
That was the address of the brewery.
No, it was 10.50% alcohol.
Oh, wow. Damn.
But they've upped the ante on it now. And this year it comes in at 12.50% alcohol by volume. And it's an imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels. And it is velvetly goodness. Black as night goodness.
And you've had that before?
Oh, yeah. Many a time. There was a bar in Chicago that had it on tap for like $8 at one time.
Wow.
You get a pint of it, and you don't walk away from that night. you end up you end up on the die trying part of the get rich side of the equation.
Yeah, that's a strong one.
Yes. And what will you be debuting for our anniversary here?
Well, so I got 2 beers, and I'm going to start with one that's more in line with a 50th golden anniversary, and then later on switch to one that's more in line with something we're reading.
Okay.
I can find it. So the beer I'm starting out with is a double dry hopped tropical hazy IPA called Luminescence. And after gold, that sort of thing, right?
Okay.
Stretching again, but
instead
whatever. It's beer.
Evanescence
instead of evanescence, luminescence. Yes. And it's from Florida Avenue Brewing, which I frequent very often, and it has 7% ABV. It's a double dry hopped, so we'll see how it tastes.
Double dry hopped.
Normal dry hopped. It's the U.S. Beer Open champion 2021.
So in 2021, this won double beer championships.
I guess a U.S. Beer Open Championship 2021 for silver, juicy, or hazy strong pale ale.
Impressive.
So we'll see. Just like this podcast is going to be the U.S. Podcast Open Champion of 2023.
Or die trying. So let's see how hazy and tropical it looks, because I'll show you how black as night this looks on the screen here. Oh, that
hazy,
is
tropical, and golden, actually. So
that is golden. So
yeah, there we go. I didn't know if it would work out for the show, but it did.
Mine does the exact opposite, where it collects all colors.
Black hole, passion fruit, coconut, and citrus.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Fitty likes 1050.
Not Dick Jackson.
Not Dick Jackson. Not yet. Which is a good name for me. So
yeah. So I tried this beer for the first time when I was just over at Florida Avenue and had a flight, including this beer.
And of the beers you tried, this was the one you liked best that night?
Yeah, I liked it. I think I liked it the best. It's hard to remember. There was a Japanese rice lager that I had, which interesting. Yeah, not the best. But I think out of the four, this one was the best. I still like Passion of the Heights better than any other beer from Florida Avenue.
Passion of the Heights is right now your favorite. Your number
one. From Florida Avenue.
From Florida Avenue Brewery. Even, how does it rate compared to the one you're trying right now? What are the notes you're getting from your tropical hazy IPA?
I'm getting some hazy tropical notes from it.
Is there mango? Is there pineapple? Is there, name another tropical fruit that I kiwi?
Kiwi? No. I'm getting mostly the currant undertones.
Currant, like black currant?
Currant is how it's spelled, but I'm not tasting the fruit, so it must be
like currants, like black currant.
Mm-hmm.
No banana. Okay.
Citrusy though.
Or citrusy.
Yeah.
Mine is just syrupy, amazing,
Mud.
body warming, tasty. What I like about 1050, there's no coffee notes, there's no brown burnt edge notes for a multi thick beer. It's not too syrupy, but you do get the whiskey flavor from the beer, and they've worked it out to kind of a perfection of being able to make it. So
well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
they've been making it for a while.
Yeah, it's one of their flagship seasonals that they make every year. So when I visited the brewery in Colorado, I got the stovepipe oversized cans of it, and those are awesome. Yeah, so they're like the double tall boys, and so yeah. Whereas the tall boy, as we've discussed, is a superior format for beer. I think the double tall boy may be the superior beer.
It's a superior form of tall boy.
Yeah, it's the superior form of tall boy, which you can only usually get at baseball games or other sporting events. But they started making them, at Oscar Blues also. That's
cool. And you've had some Oscar Blues beer before on the show.
Yes. And Oscar Blues, as you know, also owns Cigar City Brewery. So
that's right. I knew it was familiar.
Yeah. And I can't remember if you got to visit their East Coast flag store in Asheville when you went up there.
No, I didn't get to go there, but I went to New Belgium. I went to Wicked Weed and Green Man.
Yes, those are also all up there. Which means, you ready to talk some comic books while we drink some beers?
Yes, let's do both.
So we're going to do these in chronological order.
Oh boy.
And so that's why we've racked them up here. So the first one, of course, we got to start off with our two Golden Age comics. And the two biggest heroes of the Golden Age, of course, are Batman
and Robin.
And Captain, I'm sorry, and Superman's. And so we'll do our first one that came first in Detective Comics number 50. and this was published in April 1941. And we're only reading the Batman story because that's all we have access to at this time. Detective Comics and Action Comics had multiple stories in them involving multiple characters, but Batman was the star of Detective Comics, and my favorite is he was just referred to as the Batman on the cover.
Yes.
Which, for some reason, that's the name my dad always used because I think he grew up reading these back in the the late 40s and things like that. And so you'd always say the Batman. He wouldn't say Batman. He'd say the Batman. That's how it says it on the cover of these. And this one appeared in April 1941. So this is pre-World War II, or U.S. entry into World War II, I should say. So he wasn't quite fighting Nazis regularly yet. And it is all done by one man. This is back when comics were comics, and it was just Bob Kane.
Bob Kane does it all.
Doing the pencils, doing the inks, doing the lettering, doing the stories, doing the coloring. Bob Kane. And what is the tale that we got to read today?
The tale of the Three Devils.
The Case of the Three Devils.
Case of the Three Devils, where it's three dudes dressed up like they're going on like trick or treating as the devil, but not as so their costumes aren't great. Yeah, they have like little pullover hoods with white horns on top and red jumpsuits, but they have belts and guns and knives, and actually pretty good acrobats and good at hand-to-hand combat.
I'm wondering, and so basically for you to envision, this is like the classic Red Devil costume that was, that's made famous by the guy on the deviled ham cans. The way the kid in Problem Child dressed for Halloween.
Oh yes, Problem Child. I forgot about that.
And I'm trying to think. There's got to be some buxom woman that's famous for wearing the Red Devil costume.
Maybe I when I read this, I read all the dialogue from the Red Devils with a French accent in my head. Does that work? Yes. Why didn't you plug the Batman and get it over with?
Well, first, the Three Devils are jewel thieves, and they're also acrobats, and that means they must be French, right? Because they're stealing gems and are acrobats, and we all know anyone that dances and flies has to be French of some kind, like our favorite backdrop, the Leaper.
Yes, Le Peregrine.
Le Peregrine. So, and I want to say these guys, it's three guys. They don't name them by names because I kept looking for it in the story. But are they the first super villains in comics? I need to go back and kind of research this because
need to read Detective Comics 1 through 49. Find out.
Well, 27 is when Batman appears. You have to read Action Comics, so I got to see. But these are, they are supervillains, right? They have, they're criminals. One, right?
They're criminals. Yes.
They have a special set of skills.
Yes.
That makes them.
They're acrobatics.
And they wear costumes.
They have French accents, and they got no problem fucking a kid up. That's for sure. They have no problem beating Robin.
So when we go through some of the action on this is a sweet one, guys. Man, it's a good beer to talk about Three Red Devils with. But
fancy glass too.
Yep. You had to have it a sniffer glass because we're talking 50 issues.
I should have got mine.
But I had to do some more research. But I think these might be the first ever supervillains in comics that meet those definitions. And they do reappear later one more time in I believe it's in the 50s. They get repackaged as the devils just alone. So
that's I didn't think they made it out of this issue. So
I'm bringing them back because that's who Robert Pattinson's going to fight in the next Batman movie. That's all it is. But
that'd be awesome, actually. If he fights someone in the movie, that'd be awesome. Maybe if he just rides his motorcycle back and forth in the Batcave all movie, that'd be good too.
Maybe if he broods at them, that'll be good too.
Oh yeah. Maybe if he sits there and stares at his computer.
But in this one, Batman and Robin get onto these jewel thieves, and they fight a number of times. And we count up all the super whacks in the head. So as we've heard in the show before, we often cover every time Batman in the 70s or any other issues gets whacked in the back of the head, because that's his kryptonite. Because people just walking up and whack him in the back of the head. And so he gets at least gun butt whacked, I think twice.
Twice, I think. Yeah, he immediately. So they're Batman and Robin are just like, I guess, patrolling, and they see three dudes dressed as devils just standing on top of a building, and they're like, "We got to fight them," and they just go in for fights all the time. Like, don't ask questions. We're just gonna fight.
Yeah. And they figure out they're acrobats, but I'm a little disappointed because this is Dick Grayson Robin, who's also an acrobat.
Acrobat, yes.
And he didn't recognize they were also acrobats from the circus. Like,
right. And he doesn't know them from the circus. How many? Well, we know one thing about Gotham. A lot of fucking circuses in Gotham. Hard to keep track.
A lot of fucking circuses that are out of business, right? Or fun houses that are out of business. We know fun houses at least are out of businesses. And if you want to win Gotham City, just run on a platform of getting rid of vacant circuses and fun houses. You eliminate most of the crime
or just reopening them, maybe. Yeah. Like, everyone likes fun houses.
Everybody likes circuses. Maybe these criminals would have jobs again if you just put them back to work doing what they're trained to be. But Batman at least gets whacked in the head twice. Yeah. The three devils just knee the fuck out of Robin's face in the first fight.
In the face. It's almost the first fight panel. Yeah, it is.
Just jump knees him like Sagat in Street Fighter. Just knee.
It's French. So Robin also gets the butt of a gun.
Yeah, he gets the butt of a gun in the subways. And one of the Red Devils one of the Red Devils accomplices takes a book to the head that is labeled "Crime Doesn't Pay."
Right.
And
that's pretty funny.
They do the whole melodrama thing where Robin gets knocked out and is laid up across the subway tracks and has to escape like a damsel in distress.
Right. But no one saves him. Robin saves himself. And that's interesting, I thought. I expected Batman to come find him, but he just rolls over and lets the train go over him. And
this is 1941 Gotham. The kids can take care of themselves. If they're out playing the stickball.
That's true. Living in the mean streets of Gotham. Yeah.
Out playing the acrobat crimes. Like, over under on the actual number of dead kids in New York City, all of Gotham in the 1940s from being hit by streetcars and subways that go unreported.
Oh, it's really high.
It's got to be,
right? No way, yeah. There's no way that's low.
Because every time the stickball goes into the subway and some kid goes for it, that's just boom, boom.
Yeah.
There goes a Vito. There goes an Antonio. There goes a leave. But overall,
so many.
This is a pretty good story. Like I said, the first appearances of super villains, and Batman using his detective skills first to track them down after their first fight, realizing they have to get rid of the jewels. And so there's only like 3 fences in all of Gotham.
That's crazy.
And so they stake them out. And of course, one of the fences is named what? That they stake out.
Oh, Frankie the Fence.
So,
like, okay, you probably want to, like, the idea is you want to be below the radar, right? You don't want to be called Frankie the Fence. It's like, think of something good, like Buster the Bank Robber, right? Or something like that.
But literally, I think if you're parents in Gotham, young immigrant parents, and you have a kid, say 1910s, 1920s, and you name him Frankie, he's going to turn out to be a fence, right?
Right.
That's just like the line of work.
Yeah, it's like naming someone Star, right? You know what she's going to end up being.
I mean, literally, like scuba diving equipment hasn't been built yet, so you don't have Frankie the Frogman right yet. So you can't do it. Can't do that. So Frankie the federal employee doesn't really rhyme that well. I can't do that. You're not a bird, so it can't be Frankie the Falcon. It's gonna be Frankie the Fence.
Yeah, he's destined to be arrested for fencing items.
and Frankie employs two tough guys, one named just Joe, and I like the fact that Joe is credited on the DC fandom with no links or other information. Just first appearance of Joe, first and only appearance. And then also one guy that he employs in the Strongman is named Trigger, who Believe it or not, guess what he does during the fight scenes?
Yeah, he shoots, and everyone's like, "Why did you do that?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm the trigger. What am I supposed to do?"
Because every time the devils whack Batman in the back of the head, and they're like, just the other devils are like, just kill him, right? Just gank him, and they're like, no, that'll bring too much heat on us. Unlike having a man in a costume and a boy wonder on your ass is not enough heat.
Right. We do learn this. One of the things we learn in this issue that had an impact on comics in the future is Robin was the original rocket racer.
Yes.
He has his motorized roller skates on. The Iron Man has those too, right? Doesn't he? In one
Yes.
of the
He gets
Avengers
rocket skates
issues?
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the early
And the Kree
early
Skrull
mids,
War.
yeah. And also I think they reappear in Secret Wars when Rhodes takes over and has them on Battle World.
You need the rocket skates.
So these are the first appearance of Robin's rocket skates, which he chases after the three devils when they try to make a getaway. But before they try to make the getaway, after Batman breaks up, Batman and Robin break up the fencing when they try to fence the jewels, which has probably one of the next to the double scissor kicks, maybe Batman's most epic move ever, where he just Jeep trucks a guy with his feet, just runs up on him, just straight runs up and
Yeah, he
stomps
does.
him, and then grabs the
The light
chandelier
fixture, yeah.
lighting, yeah, lighting fixture, and just does a double kick, but not a double scissor kick. But he just Jeep trucks the guy, basically like Adrian Peterson years ago when he ran over William Gay. Kane just ran over him with high knees. just,
It looks
it's just
like
epic.
for the Batman 66 TV show, it looks like they take a lot of the action sequences out of these books because I can see Adam West doing something, well, at least swinging from the chandelier, not necessarily running up a guy like that, but yeah, it looks, a lot of the action looks really similar.
Yeah, anytime I read any of the narrator parts, I read it in the narrator voice from '66. Whenever I read these Golden Age Batmans.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Batcave, and I put on Commissioner Gordon's. Yeah, Commissioner Gordon's, and then we also we get an appearance from one of the greatest cops probably ever in Gotham's history, who comes in after they run away from the fences, and he catches Batman doing it, and he realizes Batman's a vigilante, so he pulls a gun on Batman. He's like, "Hey, I got to take you in, maybe."
Yeah.
And of course, this is Officer O'Reilly. No way stereotypical Irish sounding at all.
No, not at all.
Blarney, Mr. Batman. And so he makes the deal with the Batman to let him go, but just so he can sell it to the other guys. What does he let Batman do to him?
Let's Batman just like straight up uppercut him and knock him out. It's
Just
nuts.
right in his drinking chin, man. He just lays into him, like just like a Mike Tyson punch out.
Right. It's just like that. It's like what was that guy's name? It's like a Don Flamenco uppercut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wails into Officer O'Reilly.
Yeah. And the officer's like Joe Glass or whatever.
And he's like, and the other officer's like, why is he smiling even though he got decked by the Batman? But Bob Kane never loses a chance to make a stereotype of an Irishman.
Good for him.
Never. And then there's a big epic final battle scene then between the three devils and the dynamic duo, which I like the triple 1-2 combo also, where they fight at a big giant clock.
So I think what this issue tells me is that Tim Burton really wanted to use the three devils in his Batman movie instead of the Joker because they have this clock tower belfry final battle, which reminds me very much of the final battle in that original or that 89 Batman movie.
Can we get Tim Burton on the phone right now? Call him.
Yeah, let me send him a text real fast, see if he can jump on.
Or I shouldn't say you're friends with Tim Burton. You're more friends with Helena Bonham Carter, his wife, when you guys did that thing together.
Shut
with
up.
The thing that was somehow kind of gothic-y and weird. And
well, the problem was she would always talk about Fight Club.
couldn't shut her ass up about
I know. It's like, what's the first rule? What's the second rule?
And then you're like, you know what I got to do, Officer Riley Bonham O'Connor. You just laid out Helena Bonham Carter, who's probably been damed or whatever it is when you become knighted, whatever the official term.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
She's English. She's famous. She married Tim Burton. Man, how weird is that house got to be?
Oh, that has to be the weirdest house ever. Probably pretty cool to go through at least once, though.
Yeah.
So the Belfry fight, where it seems like, well, first Robin's hanging from his cape from the actual hands of the clock.
Yeah.
And then it seems like all three of the devils end up dying at the end of this. Because you're not really sure what happened to them.
Well, we know they don't die because they come back. We officially know they come back as just the devils.
Right. I know that. But like when you're reading this, and if you don't know that,
they're no longer the three devils. So
it's the devils.
They just come back.
Like devils do. They just keep coming back.
Or do they come back as I think, they're just the devils. Or no, they come back as the daredevils also.
Oh, the daredevils. That's original.
Yeah, but this is before Daredevil debuts, so maybe
even then they come back.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Is there a chance one of them is Matt Murdock's dad?
Jack Murdock?
Well, I don't know if he's Jack Murdock. I think maybe Matt Murdock got lied to.
Oh, maybe.
Because, Jack Murdock had his eyesight. Matt Murdock doesn't.
That's true.
Maybe one of these devils was the devil, blind devil. Like the devil you don't see.
Wait, so did Bob Kane write this or Bill Finger?
Maybe it was written just in the comic. It only has Bob Kane's signature. So, but as far as we know,
in the fandom, it says Bill Finger wrote it.
Yeah, he may have written it, but we don't know that. It's just as Bob Kane. This is back when nobody got credit for shit. So maybe it was writers Bill Finger, penciler Bob Kane, inkers Jerry Robinson and George Roussos, and letters by George Roussos. Then editor Whitney Ellsworth. Man, people named people Whitney back then. Man, that guy lived from 1908 to 1980.
Wow.
Whitney Ellsworth. He had a career, a life. But yeah, this also has a sweet cover with Batman tightrope walking and Robin throwing as far as I can tell, a batarang at some villains to knock him off before they try to cut his bat rope. Yeah, this overall for a 50th anniversary show, this is pretty good for a 50 book. I liked it.
Yeah, it's a fine read. It's definitely good for a 1940s book.
Yeah. So if you want to find out about the devils and drink some beers and read some fun stuff, and see maybe Batman's second epic move that Robert Pattinson needs to do in the next movie. It's just the Jeep truck of
or Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton can do it in the Flash movie coming up.
I choose not to recognize.
I know.
Batfleck. You know this.
I know. Michael Keaton's in that movie though.
Yeah, more I'll recognize Michael Keaton. Maybe Michael Keaton, the Jeep truck guy.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Michael Keaton could do it.
Yes. Just 2-wheel drive bat feet on your face. Boom, boom,
hell yeah.
Boom, boom.
I mean, obviously, if Burton based his first movie on this story, then he probably had a scene with him doing that got cut.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
We got to get the director's cut. Call up your buddy Bonham Carter and let's get this.
All right, I'll get on it. For episode 51, we'll watch the director's cut, live watch.
With Helena Bonham Carter.
It's the Burton cut.
The Burton cut with Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
HBC, as we call her here.
Yeah.
So what book, Golden Age book did we read next for our 50th anniversary? That we're telling everybody out to read. Yeah,
everyone else. Guess what you should read? You should read Action Comics number 50, which is also a Golden Age book because it came out before 1950 something.
Kevin doesn't like dates.
They don't matter. So Action Comics number 50, I do like numbers though, and 50 is a good number. Star Superman, because That's what Action Comics is. And this issue is called The Professional Baseball Player. Not any baseball player, but the professional baseball player.
Not the amateur.
Not the amateur.
Not just the baseball player.
Professional
baseball player. And this tells you how 1940s things were, because somehow Superman's involved in helping get the spring training games out and on pace and get Metropolis's team up and running.
Right. It's a little weird.
So this comic came out shortly after Detective Comics 50s in the summer of July 1942. Superman on the cover is saving a bunch of minors, which doesn't occur in the book.
Yeah, unless it's like another story in the book that's not available on the app.
And as far as I can tell, no, because they have the other stories listed on the fandom.
Oh, really?
There's a vigilante story. There's a Three Aces story, not to be confused with Three Devil stories. A Mr. America story, a Congo Bill story, and a Zatara story. So,
well, maybe the baseball players are also minors.
Well,
maybe everyone knew that in 1942.
And yep. So, to start this comic out, we find out Perry White sends Lois Lane and Clark Kent to go cover spring training for what baseball team?
Oh, for the Metropolis Ravens. What? That doesn't make any sense. But wait a second. He sent Clark and Lois, but baseball's a man's game. Why did he send Lois Lane?
I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. I'm like Clark Kent. I don't understand, because baseball's a man's game.
And what is Lois's quip back to that?
I have the feminine point of view on this baseball game, and Lois is right. She can write a good story.
And she makes the statement that lots of women are watching baseball. They love the baseball.
They do love the baseball.
Yeah. So stick that in your bean, Mr. Kent Smallville.
Yeah. Baseball's not an alien sport. It's a human sport.
It's a human sport. Take that, Kryptonian.
He was a Kryptonian originally, right? That was always a thing?
Yeah, he's always a Kryptonian.
All right, just checking.
Always an alien. Always an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
And how was he birthed again, for all our fans out there?
How was he birthed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it said in the movie.
No. This is very salient fact, as we learn later.
He was birthed from a spaceship that landed in a Kansas farm.
From a birthing matrix on the spaceship. Which allows him to be what? When it goes all the way to the Supreme Court, what is he determined to be? By a 9-0 vote of the Supreme Court.
Oh, that's right. He can be president.
He can be
He's
president.
a U.S. citizen. He was born here.
Natural born U.S. citizen.
Which one is that from? Legends, or is that from?
That's from the Armageddon 2001 series in the annuals for, I can't remember if it's Action Comics or Superman. But we find out birthing matrices count as live births, as natural born citizens, by a 9-0 vote on the Supreme Court.
Yep. It's uniting America.
Damn straight.
Only if everyone was born in a birthing matrix, this country would be a good place.
Even though he's an alien, he's an all-American alien.
That is true.
Birthed in a Kansas cornfield from a birthing matrix. But they hop on a train, of course, because this is the 1940s, to go down to spring training, which the Metropolis Ravens play in what town in Florida do they head off to?
Oh, geez. It's Lauderville.
Lauderville.
Not Lauderdale.
Can you confirm, is there a Lauderville, Florida?
I can neither confirm nor deny that there is a Lauderville, Florida. But I'm going to Google it right now.
Can you look it up? But before they get to Lauderville, Florida, they get waylaid in some town in between wherever Metropolis is, which we believe someplace outside Ohio, maybe. And they get waylaid in Castlebridge. And from the reason they get waylaid in Castlebridge is because Lois tells Clark they have 15 minutes, and that's enough time to go get lunch.
It's not. They don't have 15 minutes.
Lunch is not a woman's game. Time is not a woman's game. That's all I learned.
Clark's like, damn it, Lois.
Don't
15
you know
minutes.
Do you know how time works? But they get waylaid and are watching from the train tracks, and they see a local scrub team of baseball players playing. That's not high school players. as far as I can tell.
Just dudes playing out in the field.
Just dudes playing baseball like you did back in the 1940s.
Like they did in the 1940s, yep.
You just get a ball and a stick and you're going to play some baseball. Luckily, there's no subways around to get run over like a kid in Gotham.
Yeah, they'd all be dead.
But they recognize the superstar pitcher that they think, and his name is Stan Dobrak.
Yeah, Stan Dobrak. True ball player. I remember back in my day, Stan Dobrak.
Just throwing gas, man. He's got a hose. He's just mowing them down.
Striking out those country bumpkins.
And Clark's like, gee Giz, you got to come play for the Ravens. Here's the guy's manager's name. You got to show up. And he's like, no, I can't do that. I got to stay here and help my pa and ma farm.
Little did he know, right, that Clark Kent grew up on a farm and he knows how to do the whole thing in one night.
As Superman does it all in milliseconds and frees up enough for him to go down to Lauderdale, Lauderville.
There is no Lauderville. It's only in the DC universe. In the DC universe, it's right near Fort Lauderdale and Miami. There's just an extra city there because we know Earth in the DC universe is larger than our Earth.
It is. It has to accommodate more people and more towns.
More cities.
But Smallville is smaller.
It is smaller. Yeah, so the farm is ready. Dude can go pitch. Lois and Clark get there first, but Clark Kent is not a very good reporter and causes trouble.
Well, he's a great reporter. He covers everything. And this is my favorite part about this is, first, they're going to spring training, which is something, anyone sports fan, follow that. This is still going on in the 1940s. Still a big deal. Big enough to make Action Comics 50. That's a big number to be making.
It is a big number. I went to a spring training game last week.
In Lauderville?
Not in Lauderville, but in Tampa.
Metropolis Ravens?
It was the Metropolis Ravens against the New York Yankees.
Oh, okay.
They're bitter rivals. They've been rivals since the 40s.
Ever since the Ravens picked up Stan Dobrak.
Yeah, Dobrak, man, he was there. It was Old Timers Day too.
Signing graphs?
Signing autographs, yep.
Well, he almost didn't make it because Clark Kent noticed when he was out covering the beat, baseball players back then were still jackasses also. So the star baseball player of the Ravens, Jack Standish, is just fighting dudes in the street after a bar brawl, just taking motherfuckers out.
Yeah, and so Clark publishes the story, sends it in, it gets published, and then goes to see the team. And that dude just turns around and gives him a wedgie, right? Is that what he does? Is that what's happening in that picture?
So I can't. The full sequence of what happens next
is he turns Clark around.
Yeah, they're pissed off at Clark for publishing the story. So it either Clark gets turned around and gets a wedgie, or gets gut punched and thrown out of the training camp.
I think it's a wedgie. It looks like a wedgie. The guy's hands are in the right places.
So he gets a wedgie and thrown. And then Stan comes up to him because he's come down from Castlebridge, and the Ravens won't let him come in the ball because they don't respect Clark Kent's opinion anymore. And Stan just does what to Clark Kent?
He gives him a Batman uppercut, just like Batman did to Officer Riley. He gives him the Officer Riley treatment.
Yes. Officially known as the Officer Riley treatment now, where you just get a standing giant uppercut. Right. And so as Superman Clark Kent's recovering from that, he stands up. And he's doozy, and what happens to him right after that?
Well, Lois is like, "What happened?" And he said it, and then Lois slaps him across the face. So he's got So wedgie, uppercut, smack.
This is Clark Kent's life.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
Now we know from watching the Superman movies with Reeves that if you punch Superman, though, you break your hand.
Right.
You punch Clark Kent, you break your hand, right? Also,
you should, but I bet there's just a lot of kryptonite in Lauderville. It's on the ground, so he's a little bit weaker.
just everybody getting that kryptonite radiation sickness.
Yeah, in retirement. Yeah. That's why that dude's suit is green.
Most likely.
Yeah, it's kryptonite.
So Superman gets these triple treatments, and he has to go rescue Stan from going back to Castlebridge and wasting his life as a farm boy.
And only Clark would know that.
Yeah.
It's a
And
waste.
brings him back and makes him a pitcher, and they find out, wow, Stan can strike out every motherfucker that's possible. But they only let Stan pitch because they think they can make a fool of him and make Clark even look stupider.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
No, he strikes out Captain America the first time he can.
Yeah.
The first time he comes up. But it's actually, what's that guy's name? Standish?
Jack Standish, yeah, the star baseball player who likes to beat people up in drunken brawls.
Yep, he strikes out Standish and everyone else on the team. Hooray!
The long-standing tradition of MLB stars being drunken assholes. It continues on.
And so Stan, winds up getting a job pitching for the Metropolis Ravens. And he lives happily ever after. He does great after that, right? Is that what happens?
No.
Wait, what? It's not? Something, what?
He starts out great, and then he gets waylaid by a Metropolis hussy.
Oh my goodness.
Who takes advantages of a small town farm boy from Castlebridge.
The big city was too much for him?
And tries to give him an ego and not treat his teammates like he started out being just one of the teammates guys, all for one kind of guy, and gives him an ego. And what's the name of this hussy? Because this has just got to be the sexiest name ever.
It's Mabel Dawson.
How can you resist a woman named Mabel Dawson?
Mabel's a good name.
Also, I'm going to bring back the Three Devils, and I'm going to bring back Mabel Dawson as a femme fatale.
Oh, yeah.
That brings down Superman.
Well, she can help run their schemes, for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Because she is being used as a honey trap, is the term.
Right.
By one Mike Caputo, who is a game fixer, I assume for some mobs, or maybe he's a mobster because his name's Caputo, so I assume so. This is 1942. We've already realized they don't care about stereotyping people.
Definitely not.
But to
especially baseball players.
But when Clark Kent and Lois realize this, what is Lois's scheme to stop Mabel?
Lois is like, Clark, this is just like the Bachelorette. Just send her a bunch of flowers and go over there. So, yeah, she's pimping Clark out as bait for this lady.
He reverse honey traps her.
Yep, reverse honey trap.
He reverse honey traps with Clark Kent as the bait.
It's not good bait.
Are you kidding? Women find nothing sexier than a man that can take a punch, a slap, and a wedgie all in one 3 panels. So.
That is true. He's quite a man.
It just sends her a shit ton of flowers and candy. And I like the fact that Mabel's like into it too, because while she's dating a star baseball player,
right,
for the Metropolis Ravens, mind you, this is the 1940s when baseball players were gods, basically, right?
Right, that was the only sport.
Yeah, and so she'll hussy out for anybody,
like a newspaper reporter. But no, wait, the mob is onto him. Could you believe it?
I can't believe it.
Me either. Oh my goodness.
And we finally get to see Clark again beat up by Mike Caputo, who just bitch slaps him.
He's just getting slapped everywhere.
But eventually we can see Superman come through, sort out the whole thing by scaring the shit out of Michael Caputo by carrying him up in the air and flying around. It's like,
Mabel shoots him in the face.
And then the second to last panel is Mabel don't give a fuck and just caps Superman to the dome.
Like, I'm going to shoot you in the face. That's what I'm going to do.
This is the reason why Mabel's the coldest ass bitch in the DC universe. Needs to be brought back.
Right.
Those 3 devils had Batman and Robin on the ground ready to be shot at any moment and would not do it. What does Mabel do?
Shoot you in the face.
Shoot your ass.
Oh, Mabel. Oh, my goodness.
What is their sentence? What is Mike and Mabel's sentence for all this trickery and shooting a man in the face?
Something happens to them? I didn't think anything happened to them.
Their punishment is they get sent out of get sent out of Metropolis.
That's right. They're banished from Metropolis.
Don't show up. Don't show up again.
I don't want to see you again in this town.
Scram.
You don't find out if the pitcher turned things around.
And this is back when, heroin was just hitting the scene. So, you went on the horse.
Yeah.
Just got
They really
strung
need
out.
someone needs to write books where they do follow-ups on all these stories. I think that would be great. Like Action
And
Comics 50.5.
it's just what happened to Doborak.
Right. And what
He just
happened to
could
that bullet that hit Superman in the forehead?
he couldn't recover after Mabel. Once you had a Mabel, man, you're not going back, man.
No.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe it is.
Just takes him out. But by far, yeah, we've witnessed what I think are the first ever superheroes and probably the coldest villain now in the DC universe.
Yeah.
In these two number 50s. So hit them up, read them, get a fine beer like 1050, and sit back and enjoy Clark just getting worked over by everybody.
Yeah, Clark Kent sure does take a beating.
So I think they both should cover these in the future James Gunn universe of the DC universe. Both of these should.
Well, yeah, obviously, I think these are no-brainers. I think he probably already has these written, waiting, ready to go. I mean, Three Devils, come on. Mabel, come on.
Come on.
It writes itself.
And I assume with the hipster now having kids, there's going to be a lot more Maples. A lot more Mabels being named. A lot more Irmas.
That 1050's kind of strong, huh?
It gets in your gut, and man, it fights with everything else down there, like it's a star baseball player on the Metropolis Ravens. It makes me want to punch somebody outside of a bar. So,
what doesn't?
Those are our two Golden Age comics, and then we looked around for some other famous number 50s, and I think this officially the next comic we're going to cover the most famous 50.
I would think so. It's the one I recognize, that I recognized right off the bat. So I think that if I recognized it, obviously,
yeah, I think it's by
famous.
far of comics that are numbered 50. This is probably the one most famous cover.
Yeah,
big first appearance, everything, and that's Amazing Spider-Man number 50, April 1967. Just a comic cover by John Romita Sr., and this is the famous Spider-Man No More cover that has been parodied multiple times afterwards. Not only Spider-Man comics again, but also other people's comics again, where you have a large backshot of Spider-Man in red and Peter Parker walking away from being Spider-Man, and then the lower Spider-Man No More with the lines coming out. And it's cost all of 12 cents in 1968. And if I had to guess right now, how much does Amazing Spider-Man number 50 go for? Cost, let's see. We're looking at, a 9.6 selling for $30,000 at least.
Wow. It's a good investment.
Yeah. It is iconic. And this is, super, super, super famous. It's more almost as famous because it's also the first appearance of who?
That's the first appearance of the Kingpin of Crime. I didn't realize that until I was reading it. Like, holy shit.
And so what makes this one so famous is this is, Stan Lee at his finest, telling the woe is me story and the hard luck kid story where Peter Parker realizes that nobody likes him,
he can't hang out with his friends.
Yeah.
Aunt May is sick and he can't be there for Aunt May. He has no money. He can't. His school is suffering.
The people he saves don't want him around.
Right.
So he saves a local business, and the business owner wants to celebrate him, but then the owner's like, "No, get the fuck out! Or I'm going to shoot you." And of course, J. Jonah Jameson just that ass,
rubbing it in, yeah,
just on that ass the whole time. So he's decided he just gives it up.
Right, and this story was told in Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, the one where Doc Ock was the villain.
Yes,
where all those similar things were happening, and it was told very well, I thought, in that movie. But even Gwen Stacy, like he doesn't know Gwen Stacy likes him. He thinks she likes Flash Thompson because
she likes everybody, as far as you can tell.
Yeah, that is true.
She likes Norman Osborn. She's going on a date with Norman Osborn.
She likes Flash Thompson.
Calling Flash Thompson from Nom. who's out
Yeah.
taking the Viet Cong on full face.
All right. Imagine the long distance charges for that back. So
Yes.
way back in the day, you had to pay extra for long distance calls.
Yeah, kids out
And
there, if you didn't know this, long distance cost extra money to do on these things called landlines.
yeah, anything that you had to dial an area code for cost more. And an area code meant where you lived, not where you bought your phone.
And kept it for the rest of your life.
Yeah. It's weird. Weird.
So, yep. At the time, yeah, Peter Parker is an ESU student. That's Empire State University. Aunt May's sick again because that's what Aunt May is. But Peter Parker's getting a little help out from that stick your nose in everything Mary Watson taking care of it. And Anna May Watson taking care of Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Yeah. And
MJ's there.
This is shortly after Mary Jane Watson Parker appears in number 42 as her first appearance. First appearance she's mentioned before.
Yeah.
Her first full appearance. And Peter Parker is not clued into the fact that he might have a chance with Mary Jane Watson, who's already trying out for plays and TV and everything like that. And
yeah, it seems Peter Parker doesn't have a clue about women, right?
But he gets all the hotties.
He does. And okay, so I get it. His life is terrible, but he has Spider-Man powers. It's like, so what?
You can walk up a fucking building.
I get, and you have to sit in the lab and make your webbing, blah, blah, wah, wah, wah. Go be Spider-Man.
The most impressive I've always found about Spider-Man is not only he's smart enough to make his own webbing and balance all these extra shit, but he's also a really good seamstress because he makes his own.
He makes his own, yeah.
He makes a durable enough costume to fight, and with booties. With booties.
Yeah, that's the toughest part. Like, if those booties are too baggy, you're not going to be able to move right.
I took home economics in middle school and tried sewing a pair of shorts. I burst right through them. I couldn't fit into them. I couldn't measure anything right, let alone make booties for my feet.
He is a universal soldier, that Peter Parker. He can do everything.
But my favorite is, so he gets rid of his costume, which I guess is his only costume. He throws it in the trash. And
this is early on. This is only issue 50, so it's like 2 weeks into being Spider-Man or something.
Yeah. Well, he's out of high school, so it's at least a couple years.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yes. You're bad with years.
I am bad with years. You shouldn't assume that I know what I'm talking about. I agree.
Minutes, maybe okay. Decades, I don't know. But yeah, years you're terrible at.
I am not good at years.
Months, years you're bad at. You're bad. But Spider-Man,
this book is from the Copper Age, everybody. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Bad with precious metals.
Yes. Good with beer. I like to drink the beer.
How is the beer treating you?
It's good. It's gone. It's all emptied out.
Is he going to debut another beer for us here?
Well, I have to wait till we get to our next book because it ties in with that book.
Okay. So
we need to hurry up.
Just finish this one off, which is a good deal. Spider-Man throws away his costume, and J. Jonah Jameson gets it because one of those local, of course, New York City 1960s street kids finds it and tries to take
street kids everywhere.
Takes advantage of it.
What are the street kids in DC called in the 90s? The ones that live at Cadmus, the paper boys or something?
Yeah, the newsboys.
The newsboys, yeah, street kids.
And so then everybody realizes Spider-Man's gone, and then that's when the Kingpin debuts and tries to basically strong arm all the mobs under his own rule because he has no threat anymore. Mm-hmm. And this brings back out of hiding one of Spider-Man's first arch nemesis, which was Frederick Fallswell, also known as the Big Man. Not to be confused with the King Man, who's actually a big man. Frederick Fallswell is actually a very skinny, svelte man.
He's a tiny man.
Who went to jail, and he was a former reporter for the Daily Bugle, and he gets his job back out of jail.
He's a good reporter, that's why.
He's like, you were so good, you took over crime, and we're running the city. We want you back on that beat. But once he realizes Spider-Man's out of the picture, he's like, I can take back over all the rackets. But little does he know, the Kingpin ain't taking it. And
he just goes to the Kingpin. He's like, I'm taking over, buddy. And the Kingpin's like, what are you? Who are you? He's like, I'm the big man. Doesn't Kingpin just like shoot him or something?
He uses his cane laser
Oh,
to
cane
vaporize his
laser.
gun. His cane laser to vaporize his gun that he's hiding. That was Frederick Foswell's big scheme, is that he brought a gun into the room with Kingpin. That was it. He's like, I've got means, and it was a gun. That was it. No backup, no drunken Major League Baseball player to help swing some fists or anything.
Right.
Just a Roscoe in his sleeve, and that didn't work out too well for him. And then we finally we get the great Stan Lee prose of with crime going rampant, and Spider-Man realizes he revisions Uncle Ben dying, and realizes he has to take back his mantle, and he goes and steals back his costume from J. Jonah Jameson, who about has a heart attack again because he's been appearing on all the shows saying how he beat Spider-Man.
Right. Yeah, the security guard Peter rescues reminds him of Uncle Ben.
Oh, because the security guard was the security guard working the wrestling match.
Oh, was he?
Yep, that's what it was. So
check you out, Stan Lee.
He was the security guard working the wrestling match that couldn't stop the criminal, the Hood, that eventually shoots Uncle Ben, that robbed the ticket taker at the wrestling match.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, Stan Lee.
Circle all back
full
together.
Circle, baby.
Full circle in issue 50.
Nice. Good for Stan Lee. And they look alike too, which is weird.
Yes, and he kind of looks like Uncle Ben.
Yeah, he does look like Uncle Ben.
Not Uncle Ben that makes the fucking rice.
No.
Peter Parker's Uncle Ben.
Ben Parker.
And we can't confirm that Uncle Ben was not actually the real Uncle Ben. We never actually, we've only seen Uncle Ben in flashbacks. Could be really the Uncle Ben that made rice.
Could be. Then why isn't Peter partaking in all that rice money?
Why hasn't he got the rice money? Because Aunt May just squandered it all away on the one-armed bandit.
On medical bills, getting sick all the time. Come on, Aunt May.
I do like the juxtaposition of the first crime lord being named the Big Man, and the Kingpin coming and taking over for the Big Man and being the actual Big Man.
That's pretty nice. Like I said, I didn't realize Kingpin debuted in this. I didn't really know where he debuted. I always imagined he probably debuted in a Daredevil book.
But he was originally, always been a Spider-Man until Frank Miller decided, he was being underutilized in the 80s and made him a Daredevil, mainstay then.
Yeah, Spider-Man's always had a lot of mob villains too. He says Tombstone and Hammerhead.
The Magia.
Yeah, the Magia. Yes, the Magia. Don't want to say it wrong and get in trouble. I want to say the Magia.
Yeah. Because the Comics Code Authority wouldn't allow you to say something else. They wouldn't allow you to take two G's and make it an F.
No.
And so, that's how it all ends up. And it still holds up as, one of those cornerstone element. It's, it's a 0 issue, so they're always going to do those harkening back, like 100, 200, 250. They always
retell the origin a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, and reinvigorate the character with its principles. And this may be one of the first times Marvel did this. The other one was Fantastic Four that we could have read, number 50, which I at one time owned for 10 minutes, and then I sold it for a bunch of compendiums of the handbooks of the Marvel Universe.
Oh no! Who's in FF50?
Well, it is an early appearance of Silver Surfer when he goes back and fights Galactus.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. But it's not the first time.
No. And also Johnny Storm goes back to school.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking through a lot of the 50th issues to see if there were, some really like cool first appearances or special events, but a lot of the the mainstay books, issue 50 was just a regular issue. I think X-Men 50 or Uncanny X-Men 50 was like first appearance of Polaris or something.
Yeah.
And I think Avengers didn't really fight anyone of note.
No. I think Fantastic Four after Amazing Spider-Man 50 may be one of the bigger probably number 50s in the Marvel Universe, because that's when Silver Surfer leaves Galactus as the Herald, and Johnny Storm goes back to college.
Yeah. Thank goodness, the dumbass.
First appearance of Wyatt Wingfoot.
Oh, Wyatt Wingfoot. Didn't he murder someone in the last thing we read?
I don't think so, but
That
he
sounds
may
so.
have.
Why am I thinking that?
One of the few Marvel characters from Oklahoma, also. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. He in one of the Kang things, he murdered someone. I can't remember who
Oh
it was
yeah.
though.
He does appear in one of the King ones. Yeah.
But who cares about Wyatt Wingfoot? And who cares about Oklahoma?
This is true.
No offense to any Tulsa listeners out there. We love you.
all the Oklahoma listeners.
So we get to the 1990s, and comics are like, wait a second. If you have an issue 50, we need a gimmick cover.
Yep, and that brings us to our our next number 50. And I will say, I just said, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 50. Then Fantastic Four number 50. Then this might be number 350, the number 350 in the Marvel Universe.
It might be, actually.
Just for the cover alone. And that is Wolverine number 50 that debuted in November 1991. And it has basically the yellow cover of like a manila envelope, manila folder from your top secret file.
Yep. With a schnicked.
What do you do with anything with Wolverine? When you do a cover, you do claws going through rips.
Yep. So there's 3 tears, and it shows you through to the next page, which is like a pinup of Wolverine fighting the bad guy from the story. But I remember buying this when I was a kid. And I was like, oh, it has a shredded cover. It's so good. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
And the name of this one is Dreams of Gore Phase 3.
Phase 3.
Yeah. And I won't go. The reason this one is a great story, if you read, it has all the Wolverine traits that are amazing. It has Wolverine smoking a cigar.
Right.
Wolverine telling the X-Men to go fuck off.
Right.
Wolverine riding a motorcycle.
Right.
False memories.
Yep. Nick Fury.
Canada. Wolverine busting on Nick Fury.
Yep.
all the great tropes, all the Wolverine tropes are in this one.
Yeah, except there's one Wolverine trope that's missing.
Which is?
What is our podcast about?
Beer. There's
no beer in this one.
This is the one. Yeah.
Speaking of beer, the other beer I have for this show is from Sierra Nevada, and it's called Wild Little Thing, a slightly sour ale. Because Wolverine is probably a little more than slightly sour, but he is a wild little thing, that guy, that 5'4", like furry animal, knucklehead furry animal, cigar smoking, adamantium skeleton, whatever. Yeah. So it's 5.5 ABV. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, also one of the tropes, he does call himself the knucklehead in this. Wolverine does.
He does, yes. 13.4 original gravity, 3.5 finishing gravity. I did not know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, check this out. 2.2 grams of protein. Hell yeah.
I've never seen a beer advertised with proteins.
Need my protein.
To rejuvenate yourself like Wolverine. I've actually had that beer before. For a sour, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like sours all right. There was a while, if anyone's been a long-time listener, where it seemed like I had a sour almost every episode. But it's been I don't think I've had a sour in like a year maybe. Cascade hops, ale yeast, 2-row pale oats, wheat, guava hibiscus, strawberry natural flavors. This beer has everything. I can read the whole summary, but I won't. What's up?
Yeah. No, I was going to just say, so when you read this comic, reading the dialogue, could you tell immediately who it was without actually reading who wrote it?
Yeah.
And what particular part of dialogue gave it away?
Oh, just the amount of dialogue.
and then particular, the wordings of what stuff.
Oh, the word. Are you talking about the accents?
No. The multiple words describing different types of weaponry can only be ascribed to one great Larry Hama, famous for writing G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe
has to write at length about this gun being something this and that bullet fired by that in this specification.
Yeah. This is an interesting sour.
It's a wild little thing.
It is a wild little thing. I'm definitely tasting the strawberry more than anything. And I'm smelling the hibiscus. Maybe I'm tasting strawberry and guava, but I'm smelling the hibiscus. So, to harken back to our very first episode, this is not a beer that Wolverine would drink either.
No, it is not.
No. But the name describes him well.
And tell us a little bit about the story. Who debuts in this? What happens?
Well, this story comes after the Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X series, which was super popular. So they're drawing on some characters and some story from that. But Wolverine is trying to find out more about his past.
Why he has so many false memories.
Yeah, why has so many false memories? And also, just to backtrack a little bit, the pencils are by Silvestri, so it really reminds me of, the Uncanny X-Men before Jim Lee jumped on, because Silvestri was drawing a lot of those. Love the artwork. Yeah, so Wolverine's trying to find out, and he's like, well, I probably need to go right to the top. So he finds out some information from Forge, who is like the ultimate mutant, obviously, right? Can do anything, pretty much.
Because he knows everything.
He knows everything, can invent anything. So Wolverine jumps his motorcycle right into the helicarrier control room where Nick Fury is, and all the SHIELD agents are like, the windows are reinforced, it'll be okay. And Fury's like,
not just reinforced, they can take an XR round 97.7 straight to it and still keep on ticking.
Oh, they say that.
That's the reason it's Larry Hama writing.
Yeah, it can take a direct hit from a titanium jacketed depleted uranium-30 Mike cannon slug.
Yes, that's what I knew. I was like, I didn't even have to go back. I didn't even read it at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is Larry Hama's writing. It's gonna be there's a motorcycle jump, and there's something fetishy reference to some super weapon that he studied for G.I. Joe that he had to reference in this.
Yeah, and he calls himself a knucklehead, like you said. And so Fury gets him some information, and it's files from, you're in DC. What federal agency took over the Weapon X project when it was over?
It's the CIA.
No.
In
the Department of
NCS, National Security Commission.
No, even better. Even more secretive and diabolical.
It's gonna be the something special forces group of something.
No, it's the Department of Agriculture. It's just the Weapon X front the whole time. The DOA. I can't believe you didn't know that.
Well, I will tell you, if you interview with the federal government and you go to like a job fair, everybody will tell you immediately go talk to the Department of Agriculture people because they have money. They always have money in the Department of Agriculture.
They have Weapon X money.
If you want a job, if you want to go to get a job, go to the DOA and go to Ag because you can get a job there. They always have money. Little did you know, it's not on soybeans, motherfuckers. It's on adamantium lacing people.
Super soldiers. One thing I didn't realize, and by reading this, I learned that Hydra is a legitimate business. They got employees, they got cubicles, but then they have like the main office of the Hydra leader has like the blood painted Hydra logo on the floor in front of her desk.
Oh yeah. They have a water cooler. They got a coffee thing. They got an honor bar where they put out like Rice Krispie treats. You have to leave 10 cents and they get them refilled, but they're Hydra treats, they call them instead.
You better leave the 10 cents too. You better leave that 10 cents.
Viper gets pissed off if you don't. Which means I'm also going to debut a second beer here.
What? This must be the 50th episode.
Yeah. And this one,
my mind is blown. Go ahead.
This is by a beer company that we've had also before, a little company called Silver Branch out of Silver Spring, Maryland. But this isn't our silver anniversary. What anniversary is this?
This is our golden anniversary, baby.
And we are golden, and we are what kind of podcast?
We're pre-1950s.
Are we the greatest podcast ever? Because this is the Golden Goat.
Oh,
Blonde block beer coming out of Silver Branch here. Coming in at 6.8% alcohol. I won't read the full thing because they got good things, but this is a pretty good buck. And it's the Golden Goat for you, my friend, because we are the Golden Goat podcast on our
We sure
50th
are.
episode. Yeah.
Man, so much fun. I love hearing those beer cans crack.
Yes. So keep on telling me some more about Wolverine here.
Well, Wolverine doesn't get to visit the Hydra office. He goes to the Department of Agriculture instead, threatens some office assistant. But then it turns out in the back room are the professor, the guy, and I guess his name is also Andre. He has
Professor Andre. Yeah,
and fishhook hands.
So Andre, the sea lion from Andre movie.
Yeah, and what's the other lady's name? I can't remember.
His assistant.
Yeah, Carol maybe. But so they're just hanging
lowly
out.
GS5. You don't get dragged around as a GS5 on top secret missions that often, but this lady at the Department of Agriculture does.
Yeah. So they've been at the Department of Agriculture, and they're Wolverine can't get in because the walls are reinforced. But it's like, man, they're kind of freaking out. But like, this is just these characters were a big part of the Weapon X series in Marvel Comics Presents. So yeah, so then Wolverine's like, all right, I need to go to Canada. So he goes to Canada, and he gets a ride from Scott and Jean. Professor X is in the Blackbird as well, and so is Jubilee. And really, those characters don't really do anything except
hang out in the
take
plane.
him there and hang out in the plane. Professor X at one point is like, oh, how's Wolverine doing? He seems really happy. I won't worry about anything anymore.
They're not doing just anything, though. They are sifting through the files.
They are, that's
Nick
right.
Fury got through, which is, I can't remember how many megabytes and floppy disk of files.
A lot of floppy disks.
It's a lot of floppy disks, they say, that they had to go through. And Forge designs them a filter to go through and get all the hot spots.
You think he could have designed like a flash drive or something, right?
By then, yeah.
Yeah. So in this warehouse in Canada, Wolverine finds essentially stage sets that were used to film his memories. So he doesn't know what's real or what's fake, because maybe some of these stage sets were built based on his memories, but he's not sure. So he doesn't know what's real and what was implanted in his brain. What you got?
But not just his memories.
Yeah.
Everybody that's got a Weapon X programming them, they filmed all their different memories there.
Mm-hmm. Silver Fox, Sabretooth. Yep.
Wait, wasn't Lady Deathstrike also in the Weapon X program? Was she?
I think so, yeah. It's hard to keep track these days.
Was Maverick in it?
I don't know. He's not on the list.
Okay. But they couldn't spring from more than one sound studio. And this one's in where in Canada was this again?
Oh, geez. Let me see. I can't remember offhand.
Come on, you gotta know your Canadian towns with sound studios.
There are so many of them.
First, this is a factual place because it's all the things in Windsor, Ontario, which is, if you don't know where Windsor, Ontario is, it's right across the border from Detroit.
Mm-hmm. And it's also past the waypoint at Choctaw Lake.
Yes.
According to Scott.
But the best part is, this is a fact, is that Weapon X they didn't choose Canada to make the weapon products there because they wanted to hide it out and anything. It's because they could get better discount rates on their filming because they got reimbursements from the Canadian Film Board to be able to film fake memories with their studios.
And they said,
like Hollywood movies.
And they said the lease on the property was cheap too. I think they actually said that.
This is the reason Weapon X was chosen to go to Canada. It was not because they had to hide where they were making these super top secret human soldiers. It was because the Canadian Film Board gives such good rates on film crews that it was just too good of a deal for the U.S. government to turn down. That's a hot take.
Like we gotta film these flashbacks in Canada. At the tax breaks.
I can't do it in L.A., man. These unions are killing my ass. We gotta go to Canada. you know how cheap it was to make the X-Files? That Highlander syndicated show? You know how cheap it was to make it up there? We got to go to Canada.
Yeah. So Wolverine explores the whole warehouse, and he eventually finds like a gigantic vault door, and it says Shiva, no access without clearance. So you probably should just walk away from something like that, right?
Most likely.
Yeah. But does Wolverine do that?
No.
No, because he has a key. And he opens it up, and Shiva the Destroyer comes out. And I can just imagine the writers being like, well, the X-Men and Cable, they have Strife. Wolverine needs a sharp villain too, a spiky villain. So we'll give him Shiva the Destroyer. Like, he looks like Strife, doesn't he?
He looks like a fully robotic version of Strife. Yeah. Very shiny, very
pointy.
Very pointy. Very Larry Hama dialogue coming from a robot too. So
yeah.
Something a Matrix recombinding, something.
Yeah, something. Wolverine just kind of beats the shit out of this robot and takes him apart.
But it can come back to life and keep going.
Yeah.
Because he's designed to take out all the Weapon X products once he gets up and running.
Right. And so Wolverine takes him out. He comes back. And then actually it's a pretty decent fight from there. Professor X doesn't realize anything's going on, of course, because why should he? He's only a psychic, right?
Yes.
Yes. But then Wolverine eventually...
wait.
It just takes him down, yeah.
It's just a robot brawl for number 50.
Yeah, he takes him out in the prom. He takes him out the bar. He takes him out
in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah, but he just eventually does like the two claws, the two-hand, six-clawed attack to the sternum, takes him out. And apparently Silver Fox kills the professor.
Yeah, and at the end, the professor's
watching does she?
Yeah, the professor's watching all this, and he's like, this is the Shiva protocol. We did this to take all the Weapon X things, and then later we find out Silver Fox is actually one of the heads of Hydra, and she comes in and just caps the professor.
Yeah.
Moseys on out. And what do we learn again? Nothing is learned about Wolverine's past.
Right. Which is the way it should be. Like, it really, like, you and I have talked about this before. We think Wolverine's better when we don't know what his past is, rather than have, his origin told in a story.
If I was a union writer for Marvel, I'd be like, no. The only way I can make deadlines is if I can make unlimited false memories for Wolverine some months. Like, if I go on a bender and I need to come up with a Wolverine story, I can just make one up out of my ass since nobody knows what his past is. But now that we know, you can't do that anymore. You can't just say it's a false memory.
Right. Now, I don't know the current status of the character. I know after House of M, he remembered everything. But I don't know if that changed after Secret Wars or one of the other reboots they had. But I guess I imagine he still knows everything.
Yes, I assume so.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. So I do believe the Department of Agriculture's headquarters officially makes an appearance in this.
Yeah, I think so. I have a link to it.
Yeah. The James L. Whitten building, which I have been in the building.
Oh, did you get the files?
I did not get to the files.
Damn it, man! Get the files.
I took part in the chili cook-off there. I didn't win.
Ooh, all right. Well, I mean, I think you made the right choice. Get the chili.
But the James L. Whitten Department of Agriculture headquarters has appeared in 7 times in Marvel comic books.
It's a dirty organization.
3 times in Wolverine and 4 times in Deadpool. So it's all centered around Weapon X.
That's funny.
For certain.
1970s adamantium expert Dr. Myra McLean worked for the Department of Agriculture. He was approached by Department H agent Logan in search of answers about his adamantium skeleton. Weapon X program was shut down by Weapon Plus. The Department of Agriculture acted as a cover for Weapon X's leader, the professor's illegal activities. Interesting. Weapon Plus was a good story too. Did you read that?
Nothing's illegal at the Department of Agriculture.
No.
Carte blanche. They got money there. Go for a job there.
You can have chili cook-offs every day.
You can have chili cook-offs
whatever you want.
And when I was there at the chili cook-off and taking part in the chili cook-off, the secretary sitting down a special tray where he was brought up, a spoonful of all the different chilies. There's like maybe 30 chilies. And so he had a tray delivered of all the chilies.
Of a
So
spoonful of each chili?
Yeah, like a little
Goodness
scoop
gracious.
in a little cup, so you could try each and all the chilies.
And that she brought that to the professor?
I assume they said it was for the secretary, but I assume it went to the professor instead.
Probably.
Because he's got those hook hands, and so he probably likes he can touch the chili with one of his fingers because it's not too hot. He can just hook hand it into it up. So
yeah, but it can be awkward in social events.
Yeah, he can't be downstairs eating with his hook hands, and he's a little shy. He's a little shy because he's got all the cage behind him.
So in Marvel, does every professor have to be bald?
Alopecia strong in the education circuits.
Yeah, it seems like it. Laser hair removal on the scalp.
Yes. But you get the Norrin Rad treatment. You get the
what a segue. Wow. I didn't think you want to talk about this one. You segued right into it. We're going to talk about this for 10 seconds. The other popular issue number 50 is Silver Surfer number 50 with the shiny, shiny cover. And it's best known as the issue where Silver Surfer falls through the roof of the Sanctum Sanctorum, a la the Hulk in Infinity War, to warn all the heroes that Thanos has the gauntlet. Otherwise, not a great story, but cool gimmick cover, famous ending.
Famous ending.
Yeah.
That was a good coverage of it. But
yeah, it was a good cover. Even the second printing is a good cover. Check our Instagram. Maybe I'll put it up there.
You may see more than one printing.
Maybe.
So I've never had a blonde Bach before, and This is a really good one. This Golden Goat. It's that time of season with spring, and we being the greatest of all time.
Yes.
I salute you, Mr. K-Mac.
I salute you as well, Yek.
For making through 50 fun episodes, booze, beer, field fun. And as always, if you like what you hear, please write us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com.
You got it.
Hit us up on Twitter at cbco_podcast or like all our pictures at comic books _ cold ones. Tell us some beers you like. Rate us 5 where you listen to your podcast. We like doing this. We like hearing from you. We want to go to South Side, East Side, West Side, North Side by the sea in England.
All the sides.
So we want to go to the sides. So we want to hit those up. So make us big, and we'll come join you and do a podcast live with you and talk about all our inane ramblings and try your local beers and figure out what superheroes have maybe been in your town.
Maybe. But yeah. Look, so this is, like Yek was saying, episode 50. We really appreciate all the listeners, all the downloads, all the likes and feedback on our show. We just, we started this just so we could have an excuse to drink beer and talk about comic books, and it's worked out very well because we get to do that periodically and for the 50th time today. So again, just wanted to thank everyone for all of your support. Really appreciate it.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
It's 50th birthday today. Yes. Well, join us next time for a special surprise episode. You know why it's a surprise, Yek?
Because we don't know yet.
Exactly. Yes.
Cheers to all you.
All right. Good night, everyone.